Welcome, guys. This is Casey is Raw again, and today we're talking wrestling again. And I want to give my opinions of Triple H's progress in the last couple of weeks. Honestly, I'm impressed on the progress he's been making. I do like the additions. Obviously, a lot of the NXT people he knew was doing great behind the NXT Black Gold brand that got a crap chance or crap deal behind when they went to the main roster. One of the biggest victims was Karrion Kross. The guy lost his first match in 2 minutes to Jeff Hardy. I mean, yes, Jeff Hardy is a multi-time world champion in several other companies. Multi-time tag team champions all over brands. But he was the NXT champion, and Jeff Hardy beat him in 2 minutes like that. That 100% killed his push right there. And then they changed his look. They were making him wearing that stupid ass helmet with those stupid ass suspenders. Kind of like, it's almost like what Madcap Moss would wear. I was like, oh my god, wear the suspenders. It's so hokey. But his, I believe, was an X. It was like a cross between Bob Backlund and a Demolition if they had a baby. And that's what Karrion Kross looked like. It killed his push. They didn't even bring up his woman. I forgot her name. It's like Scarlett something. She's a beautiful woman. And I'd almost say that was almost intentional to get rid of Karrion Kross. He was red hot on the NXT Gold and Black brand. So, I'm glad that he not only getting a second shot, he ditched that shit. And I like this. Someone brought it up. I think it was Saw Monster. I know I'm a huge mark for Saw Monster, and I'm a huge mark for Don Tony, but is it a mark if you believe, if you agree with them? I mean, it's the same thing, like, are you a yes man if you agree with their opinion? Or just to not be a yes man, you had to automatically disagree. I don't think that should be true. I mean, if someone makes sense, I think you're not a yes man. But that's a side point. But, yeah, having Karrion Kross and his woman showing up on SmackDown was a great move. As I saw that Hit Row made their return, obviously with Swerve Strickland is not there because he's with AEW. And he's having his, I was going to say a solo run, but no, he's having a tag team run, but he's still having a solo run too. So, I don't blame him if he stays in AEW for right now. But it's awesome to see Hit Row back on the main roster TV. I'm glad they're getting a second chance. it's like Soul Monster. He predicted. They're like when they were going around and firing everyone, and he was like, "You guys better hide in the closet and lock it before Vince finds you and releases you or promotes you and gives you a shit creative, or they'll put you on there and then put you on ice." That's what they love doing. I don't know why. They'll give you like a week or two and they put you on ice if you're not like on fire the moment you show up. So I'm glad to see Hit Row there. I kind of popped when I saw Dexter Lumis getting his main event, not main event, his main roster appearance. I thought he was doing great on NXT. And I'm glad he's getting a second chance. I mean, his character is kind of different than other people. I mean, yes, he was doing the same character for a while. I mean, he was doing that pretty much in NXT. And NXT, I mean, in TNA, I meant. God, NXT, TNA, almost. It has almost the same letters, but when it came to NXT, they kind of evolved his character to being a crazy murder maniac, but not only that, he's a mute. And people popped during the wedding that he said, "I do." I'm okay if they, like, have him say that once, and then they made him right back to a mute. That's his character. I remember when it was, Johnny Gargano and his wife doing that whole thing with Dexter Lumis and whoever he married. Like, Dexter Lumis got him to get Johnny Gargano on his good side now. I was like, I'm kind of on this thing where, like, if I'm at a job site for a couple of years, 2-3 years, and a new guy comes in, I'm not an asshole. I just want to be from the background to see. I can see how he is, judge him a little bit, see if he's a good worker, if his attitude's good. And I want to go and say hi, start talking to him. I don't want to go to every guy that walks in the company like, "Hey, how you doing?" And then find out the guy's an asshole. But, yeah, Dexter Lumis, I'm happy about that. And then, they brought a bunch of women back that left or got released because they weren't happy with the storyline they were getting on the main roster. And I don't blame them. I mean, it's like Soul Monster says. Once again, Soul Monster. But like I'm saying, a lot of things he mentioned, I totally agree. Like, oh God, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, yeah, they bring them up, and they bring these women up and to the main roster, and they're like, they don't like the creative, and they leave. Like Tony Storm is with AEW right now. And God, when they cut Ember Moon, that was a bad move. Because I like Ember Moon. She's a pretty good-looking woman. Too, pretty hot, quite frankly. But, at least she's getting another chance in AEW. But with the new guard at WWE, I am more excited to hear it doesn't have to be all returns. But they're doing, Triple H is doing a hell of a job already. He's turning the product around. He's trying to stop the bleeding. You got to stop the bleeding before you pump blood into him. I mean, that's how I feel. You gotta stop it, and then you got to replenish the blood that you lost. And I think right now he is definitely stopping the bleeding. Because for a while, what WWE under their product and their creative and under Vince, they were taking like a giant gash wound and they put a small band-aid and it's just been leaking really badly. And they're like, oh, it's bleeding through the band-aid. Just put another band-aid on it. While Triple H is putting stitches, closing that wound. And that's why when I heard Triple H is taking creative over creative, I finally got a little bit of hope. Because I stopped having hope with WWE because for the last 10 years it's been, especially with when you have 3 hours of Raw and they had to make it somehow fill the show, and then Vince would try different things. You guys remember the whole thing where, we gotta have a match in between commercials. You can't have a commercial in the middle of a match. I usually would agree, but the way they were doing it was awful. It's either a bunch of short matches or there's a run-in, and then they would restart the match as like a tag team. I hated that. I thought that was worse than doing the fucking commercials. But I do believe they're on the right direction. The new guard's already making good impact. So, Triple H, I salute you, bro. You take it. And I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you. Bye.